Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know, we have so many interesting subscribers to this YouTube channel. They come from all different walks of life. And one of our handful of channel heroes is a fellow by the name of Philippe, who lives in the UK, and very, very smart cookie, okay, very smart. And he's put in his pound of flesh regarding expropriation of land without compensation, put in his thoughts, and they're really worthwhile just alerting the world to, because I think this kind of sums it up so succinctly. Philippe writes, "Hi Scott, seems no one has brought up the enormity of the effects of expropriation without compensation the way I see it. Just a quick note, which may have some relevance, particularly with the upcoming Moody's Business Stability Litmus Test. People are running themselves ragged about the coming loss of their properties, as individual property owners but there are corporate ones as well. In years gone by, I needed a bit of business savvy drummed into me and signed up for a decent quality MBA. Got the t-shirt after a pile of assignments completed with input from my team as a team. Birds of many feathers. That's the strength of that ticket. As a fellow of the South African Institute of Directors, I learnt much more from those contacts. One of the most memorable assignments or projects was a project and venture funding. This was one of those very big and lengthy jobs. Security instruments, their use and applications, what to sign over, when, how much, how long, for what, and to whom, was a serious learning chapter. Took months and was very intensive. The assignment was heavily scrutinized. Did we understand the issues? Was the main test closely linked to the domino theory? The kicker. Merchant banks and general banks, specialized medium loan banks, government-backed, credit insurance companies, project finance houses, all want a slice of security. They want a mortgage over your property or the assets related to the loan. Assigning proceeds of transactions, rights, debtor books, factoring, letter of comfort or LC's letter of credit, guarantees for subsidy companies, all need some form of hard backing, something that can be realized in the event things go pear-shaped. In walks a first, second, or even third mortgage over properties. In the case of corporates, often very specialized buildings and facilities, very expensive ones at that, specially strengthened floors for heavy machinery, power supply structures, cooling and air purification assemblies come to mind, to be amortized over generally not less than 20 years. These mortgages are given to the mortgagee for any debt owing to it, arising from the indebtedness of the main debtor, its daughter and subsidiary companies, even third parties. This type of security can also cover manufacturing orders and overdrafts for itself and any company whose debt it guarantees. No ticket, no laundry. No security, the whole intercompany finance structures fall away. Even more interesting, if the collateral is given to cover the exposure of a foreign subsidiary, that will be on the ropes too. So what he's saying here is that if something happens with land being expropriated without compensation in South Africa, that financial impact will hit the parent company, let's say situated in America, for example, which has a huge ramification on the financial ability of that company to continue running. With one masterstroke of their ideological knobkerry, the ANC have dug themselves and the country a grave, the depth of which these idiots cannot even begin to imagine. As usual, they started it as a means to get the whites on the hop, with a highly emotive issue, property rights, and screw the constitution that protects it. Because we, the ANC, can. They have now pulled the critical card from the House. The whole lot will now of necessity collapse. Hello, Moody's. They have no choice but to send a clear signal to their audience that South Africa is now closed for business, and junk it big time. The war talk of the banks that they now need accelerated payments means little more than calling in their loan portfolios, as they are now unsecured. We may not like them, but they have a duty to shareholders too, not just mortgages, but the lot that is directly or indirectly covered by them. Where work in progress has been activated on the balance sheet or the active covered by a mortgage indirectly, it must now be restated and revalued right down the line. And that will be a commercial bloodbath. Poor South Africa will not recover from that in a hurry. Talking about throwing out the baby with the bathwater, I believe that the South African equivalent is to chuck a live neonate down a long drop. They do this often. That the government state of intellect is such that they did not foresee the consequences of their announcements is staggering, but hardly surprising. But first world complex and generally accepted business practices such as securities for diverse company structures are now a thing of the past and entirely without merit where South Africa is concerned. That is a big business. Shareholders and owners of small and medium businesses will often have signed over personal suretyship for their companies, backed by mortgages. You guessed it. This lot will be called in too, as will personal suretyships to cover overdrafts and credit lines with suppliers, all worthless now. But wait, there is more. All property is now liable to be nationalized. This means that the bloody lot is earmarked for expropriation without compensation, and no substitution of securities can be offered anymore. By operation of the new improved South African Constitution. Now, can you imagine if the EFF get in? They'll nationalize the damn lot. And this is what's going to happen. I mentioned in a reply to a post that if you want revenge on the ANC about the expropriation without compensation, just do nothing. When it comes to wreaking utter destruction, none of us come close to the natural abilities of our black brethren, known as the ANC cadres. Sit back, get out the popcorn, cry havoc, and let loose the dogs of war. Well, I just want to add to that the farmers in the Free State and in the Cape, there's no way they're going to allow people to just take their farms from them. It's not going to happen. That will be crossing the line, and that will be it. There will be a civil war in South Africa. You know, it's standing on the precipice right now. But it's a very, very interesting insight by Philippe, and thank you for that. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe.